Iza?
Yeah?
Iza is not joining, right?
No, Iza not joining right now. So I'm changed her.
Oh, sure, of course.
Alright, so can we start?
Sure.
So, right. Alright, hi Miss Megan.
Yes.
Okay, hi. It's very good to see we like to take opportunity to conduct this interview. How are you, Miss? So how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. But
All
can
right,
you
nice.
can you tell me about your assignment first?
Yes.
Wow,
So
it's
before we
lengthy, yeah.
starting, I think it's best for us to get know each other. Each other briefly. Let me introduce. First,
Mm.
I am Safwan Yusri. Okay, my name Safwan Yusri. Okay. I'm in the third semester. I am studying human resource management, and these are my group mates. So we have
Mm.
Nur Khalidatul, Azira Azahari, and Humaira. All right.
Hi.
Hello.
And so
Okay, all of you are in your second year, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
All of you are in your second year?
second year.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you
Are
work from
you
home right
like
now?
can you hear me clearly? Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
And
We can hear
the
you.
internet quite it's quite slow lah, the signal.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
will address this in one of your questions also.
All right. Okay. Now, a brief overview of this interview is we are going to do the questions, and this
Yes.
session we might take up to 20 minutes or more of your time. I hope you okay with that. So we
Mm.
will be recording the session for our lecturers review. Is that okay with you?
You mean will my picture be included
Yes.
also or
Our
just
lecturer will
audio?
watch it again, the recording.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay. So can start record?
Yes.
All right. Okay. As I have mentioned before, we do this interview for our course staffing for our assignment. We need to interview HR department for from any company that we have choose. Okay. So now I pass to my first group mates that want to ask you the question. So please.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Miss Megan. Okay, I'm your first
Hi,
teacher.
hello.
Okay. Can we start?
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Okay. Okay. So Toshiba is well-known brand and trusted leading system and provider in Malaysia. So we are currently facing difficult situations because of COVID-19 outbreak. So and it give a big impact to all companies. So can you briefly explain the issue and challenge of the COVID-19 outbreak on the workforce practice that you are facing?
Okay, I would say unclear directives from the government. Okay, I'll speak slower so that you have time to write down, yeah. Okay, we we are an engineering manufacturing company. So we have around 300 employees, including 70 foreign workers lah. So during the MCO, we had a lot of trouble trying to understand what is exactly the government's directives because it changes quite frequently. So even the SOCSO department and the appointed clinics who were supposed to handle the COVID testing, they were very unsure also. So when we asked for clarification, they were not able to provide us a very clear cut answer lah. So this is one big challenge. So after we obtained clarification from SOCSO department, so we had a mad rush to register all our workers for the test. So we had only like 3 days to register 300 people. So it's a lot of hard work from my team and also the safety team lah, to handle this. So it is one of the challenges that we face lah, during this pandemic. And
Okay.
also another one is another one is also the ongoing practice and to ensure employees follow strict SOPs. So this is also the ongoing challenge until now, lah, from March until now. So of course, from March until now, we have had employees who become a bit too lax because they become a bit more too relaxed already, lah. So they say that okay, people around them are not getting infected, so they can be lax a bit on the SOPs lah. So we constantly have to remind them, even giving daily reminders like you have to follow SOPs, you have to practice social distance, even though it's hard to practice that in a factory where people are working closely together in a limited area, in a tight working environment. So this is a challenge lah. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Okay, for the second question is since COVID-19 pandemic, we need to stay at home, and government encourage any company to implement work from home. So what are the issue and challenge which employee are facing to remote working?
I would say the environment is not ideal for certain groups of employees. For example, certain groups like employees who have children who are also forced to stay home due to the school closure, right? So it'll be tough for them. I've had interviews where the hiring managers' children are running all over the place screaming, So this is not a very ideal environment to conduct team meetings or interviews. So this is part of the challenges where our remote employees are facing. Okay, so another point is IT infrastructure and network. Our IT team is quite small. We have only two to handle 300 people. So the team is actually working really hard to fulfill all these employees' needs lah. So some of them will get their problem only resolved at a delayed rate lah, compared to when you're physically in the office, where people can just go to your IT people can go to your place and just solve instead of remote troubleshoot. Another point is the network connectivity to file servers. Because remote work, we can only access company details or files and servers via VPN. So we dial in using VPN. So it pings to the server in the company, then it pings back to us, then only we can access the file. So this is VPN. So it takes time instead of when you're physically in the office, because we have our in-house server there, the connection is very fast compared to like that remote where it takes like 10,000 years to download a file, like that. So and also because not everybody has a strong Wi-Fi, even 100 Mbps is also quite maybe not so sufficient for people who have a lot of members in the house lah. And we have employees also who do not have Wi-Fi at home, so they use their personal hotspot, the mobile hotspot lah. So personal mobile hotspots are known to be not so stable. So the connection gets dropped very frequently lah. So this is one of part of our challenges in remote work. Another point is to highlight is remote working may cause loneliness among employees, especially to the ones who live alone. So these are the people who are renting, maybe their hometown is at another state, so they cannot travel back to meet their family members during this time. So they live alone, or maybe they have the room to themselves. So it's quite they can be it can be quite lonely lah. So we have to touch base frequently with them. We have to, but of course HR department cannot monitor each and every single employee. So we rely on the HOD, the team leader, to highlight to us if they notice there's a change in their team members. To keep employee morale high is also part of our challenge during this time. To ensure they are in good spirits lah. Okay, remote working also requires a lot of self-discipline. So a lot of employees are not so self-disciplined. There are just too many distractions out there in the form of family members, children disrupting your work. So you do not have a proper working environment, like a proper office for you to do work lah. And also social media, people are always using their phone to do personal things, and we cannot track, right? So we cannot monitor all these things. Maybe personal work and entertainment during working hours, we cannot track. Okay, that's it.
There's more questions, Miss Megan.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we know right now, many organizations retrench their worker to downsizing the company, right? So what is the effect of COVID-19 on staffing practice in your organization?
This is the next question, is it? Is this question number 3?
Yes, question number 3.
Yes.
Okay. In terms of actually, we are very lucky in the sense that there's no retrenchment or downsizing yet in the company, whereas a few, like 1 or 2 manufacturing companies around our area have actually closed down. So we are considered lucky to still be keeping our jobs lah. So there's no plans yet for a retrenchment. We are still surviving at the moment because our business mainly comes from TMB. So TMB is in essential services. So we are supporting TMB to provide essential services lah. So this is still dealings with TMB lah. That is the one that helps us survive lah during this time. So there's no retrenchment yet.
So what is your effect of COVID-19 on staffing practice in terms of quantity and quality of the employees?
Like I say, because we do not have retrenchment or downsizing, so in terms of quantity of employees, it is still the same. Unless we have vaccinations, then of course the manpower number will decrease lah if there's a vaccination. So if there's a vaccination, we won't stop the vaccination lah, unless the employee is a performing staff, then we will try to retain them. If not, we will just let them go lah.
Oh, okay. For
right,
the
in terms of in terms of the quality, in terms of the quality, right? Certain employees we discover they are actually very effective working from home than in office. So this is they actually their quality. We can see the quality improvement between remote work and physically in the office. This is because they have these employees. They have high self-discipline, but they are distracted. If let's say if they are in the office, they are often distracted with having to entertain customers. They have to pick up calls. So these are a lot of distractions in the office. So they are actually good performance, but with distraction. So in the end, they cannot truly focus in their work lah. So remote work actually cuts these things off. Like you don't need to pick up phone, you only answer your mobile if people call your mobile. So in terms of quality, right, you can see quality, their quality has improved lah for this group of employees, not all though. Yeah, that's all.
For the next question is, what are the challenges that you have faced during recruitment practice significantly in marketing manager?
In marketing?
Manager.
Marketing manager. Can you just rephrase your question a bit? can you rephrase your question?
What are your organization's recruitment practice in this challenging time?
Okay, recruitment practices, yeah. Okay, this pandemic year has been tough on everybody and every company lah. So in terms of recruitment practices, in terms of new hiring, we have actually slowed down. So we are not actively recruiting or to add manpower lah. So if there is a resignation, we will explore a few recruitment alternatives before we consider a replacement from external sources lah. So recruitment practice is like not so active lah during this time. This is the summary. Not so active during this time.
That's it.
Yeah, to help you write
Thank
the summary.
you. Thank you. Okay, for the next questions.
Alright, for the next question is, as you mentioned earlier, there are 300 employees in Toshiba company, right?
Mm.
So which method do you deploy when you recruit potential employee, whether it's internal or external?
I would say both. We use both. Of course,
Both internal and
a
external.
recruiter, yes, a recruiter must actually have the skills to explore as many alternatives as possible to to fill the vacancy on the at the right time, no? So internal methods would be internal promotion, for example. So if there is a resignation within a team, we shall review the potential of existing team members to see if there's a chance of a internal promotion. Because before we look at external, because external is like we recruit external people, we have to train again. So we have to spend resources and time and energy to actually retrain someone. So might as well we just focus on what we can do to the existing team. So this is the internal method. Yeah. So and also one other internal method would be the employee referral program. We have this program called the employee referral program. So how it works is any employee can refer somebody as long as they are not the direct hiring authority. Meaning if meaning I cannot refer somebody who will report to me lah. It must be somebody like no hiring authority. Then we will, after the staff has joined us, after the staff is confirmed, then we will give the employee who referred the candidate an incentive lah. It's usually a cash incentive lah. Yeah, like maybe depending on the level of the position, it can be 500 to 1,000 ringgit like that lah. So this is a very good incentive scheme for the employees, so that they will refer good quality referrals lah, instead of just simply refer one, and then if the person does not pass probation, then we are back to zero, like that lah. But the condition is they must pass probation lah. Okay, let's talk about external methods. Yeah, okay, there will be like online job portals lah, like JobStreet. Of course, our main job portal is still JobStreet. Okay, JobStreet has got a lot of, we can still find a lot of candidates via this website, via JobStreet compared to other websites lah. So this is our external method lor. And also one other external method is approaching a recruitment consulting firm. So for example, if we have niche positions that we don't have the resources to recruit, even if we post on JobStreet also, we won't have a lot of feedback. So these are the niche positions that we don't usually post on JobStreet one, because of the technicalities of the position. We will prefer to engage the services of a recruitment consultant lah, meaning external juga lah ha. So this is the one of the external method lah. Yeah. And also, sorry, I want to go back to the internal one. I want to add one more point is we do post in our intranet lah, in our like an online system where people can view what is the current vacancies in the company like that. So this is also tied to our employee referral program. No? Okay, these are the external and internal methods.
Okay. Next question. Can you please provide an example of a vital measurement that you deploy in making decision to select the potential employee, whether it's internal or external?
Mm. Actually, my company is interested to implement one assessment tool. All this while, our assessment tool is quite basic. It's those free personality tests that we find online. So these are very common, maybe a little bit too basic. So we are considering implementing an assessment tool, which is called the Uchida Kraepelin test. Uchida, Uchida, Kraepelin, Kraepelin, Kraepelin. Now I've spelled it out for you. Okay, so this is a Japanese-based test. Of course, we are a Japanese company. This test is actually very popular in Japan, and it's almost used in all companies. So it's not very popular yet in Malaysia because this is a psychological test. And I've personally undergone this test, so I can attest to this test. So it is quite accurate. So this psychological test actually they assess your stress level, your current stress level, and your resilience level. So this is even better than assessing personality traits. Of course, personality traits is also included in this Kraepelin test but it also measures your resilience and your current stress level, which is very good. So we are actually thinking to implement this. It's not cheap though, per test, so we are still considering the cost It's like 100 ringgit per paper, which is expensive Imagine if we have 100 candidates to interview, how much would it cost? So like that this is the assessment tool we're considering now.
Right. Thank you.
All right, so I will continue to the second last question. All right,
Sure.
again. So I want to ask you, being an HR professional, what role do you play in making employment decisions at your organization?
Okay, I like this question.
Yeah.
Okay, my role is to ensure my hiring managers make the best possible decision So because they depend on my input as the recruiter. So my feedback is important to them. So my role in making employment decisions is actually important to ensure they make the best possible decision. So coming to an understanding with the hiring team is part of the ongoing thing and like any other employee, I have my own set of recruitment KPIs also to fulfill. Because not every HR team they are involved in recruitment. So my area is more to recruitment staffing So all my targets are based on recruitment targets. So these KPIs are not about filling up vacancy, but to also ensure all parties involved are happy and engaged in their role and surroundings. So I consider my role as important now. If not, they won't need me anymore.
All right. So that's all from this question. All right. So the last but not least question. Okay, Megan, can you share one major issue related to staffing practices that you have encountered at your organization in the recent past? So for this question, I want to you explain in three the part. Okay, I want you share one major issue related with HR planning, requirement, and selection.
Okay, in terms of HR planning, it is quite it is quite a challenge lah to plan manpower resources with limited budget and limited resources in mind. So, for example, in salary lah, okay, although the company reviews the salary scale of existing employees to ensure pay fairness, there are certain instances where we a potential staff's expectations and benefits may be different from our policies and salary scale lah. So HR will need to plan their approach properly to approach this group of employees lah. So planning wise is like I say, it's tough to plan in terms of manpower resources when you are constantly thinking of budget and limited resources lah. As in budget, as in every vacancy has a budget one, and every vacancy has got its own level. For example, if this vacancy is a manager level or if it's a fresh grad level, so each level has their own budget. So if you recruit people who have already have a few years in under the belt, so when they come in, of course they will expect more, right? So we have to plan our approach to how to negotiate with them. Okay.
All right. So how about for requirement, the issue related with requirement.
Requirement. Can you rephrase a bit? Requirement.
Means I want to share one major issue related to requirement encountered at your organization in the recent past. Means the major issue related to the requirement that you have faced.
You mean recruitment, is it?
Yeah, recruitment.
because you mentioned requirement, it's like something a different term already. Okay.
Recruitment.
Okay, it's recruitment, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm also looking at your questions, you see. So if the next point is recruitment, okay.
Okay.
I would say one major issue will be recruiting niche design positions, because we are an engineering company and we are a switch gear company. I'm not too sure whether if you guys know what is a switch gear, but it is not something that is distributed commercially to residential places. So we supply to TNB, so it is more to industrial-based kind of environment, companies, like a big plant, like a manufacturing plant like that lah. So to recruit designers is a challenge. It's a major issue because these designers are the ones who will be selling our products, right? So the designers of the switch gears are very important to us lah. So finding the right talent, it is difficult. And because recruitment has a lot to do with timing and luck, so finding the right person with the right skills at the right time is still the slogan lah for all HR professionals in recruitment.
So okay, that's clear. Thank you very much. Okay, so the last the one of a major issue related with selection.
Selection, okay. Okay, not every decision that we make is perfect lah. No one is perfect. Of course, every decision may have some flaws, maybe not at the point of hiring, but maybe at the point of trying to confirm them. No, we have had our fair share of employees who actually impressed us during interview, but ended up not meeting job expectations. So then it was a situation where they resign or we extend their probation. So what I'm trying to drive at is not every selection is a perfect selection lah. It depends on your luck also lah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So it's very clear. Thank you very much. So finally, our interview is over, right? So we would like to thank you very much to Miss Megan for taking the time to attend this interview. Thank you very much. And then we also hope that the company run smoothly and achieve the best. Hopefully, we can work together again in the future. Thank you very much.
Okay, before that, can you just
Mm-hmm.
stop the recording? I have a few questions to ask you.